What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Birds vs. Boys YouTube channel. Thank you for the click. If it is your first time here, welcome. Make sure you head to the homepage and smash that subscribe button. And if you are back for your second time, thank you. Your third time, thank you. If you're a regular, we appreciate you. And if it is your first time, Birds vs. Boys, right? We are a podcast, a show, an entertainment empire. And the name may be a little bit deceiving, right? Birds, Boys, Cowboys, Eagles, hosted by an Eagles fan, Aiden, a Cowboys fan, me. But we are not a show and content creators only for those two teams. We cover the entire NFL from top to bottom. We cover the draft every year. So tell your friends, tell your family, this show, our content is not only for Birds fans, not only for Boys fans, but for all NFL fans. But I do cover the Dallas Cowboys for this show. And today, this clip, you're here to listen about Stefon Diggs. So, Stefon Diggs, where do we begin right now with the quote unquote turmoil in Buffalo right now with the wide receiver one, the head coach, the quarterback, and it's more of a question than anything, right? What in the actual F is going on? There's nothing else that comes to mind that reminds me of anything like this except for when Terrell Owens signed with the Dallas Cowboys, and then 3 weeks later, it's, did he overdose? Did he not overdose? People are coming out. He's got 8 million reasons not to do it. Nobody knew what was going on. And that was even before social media is what it is today. So this story has kind of blown my mind a little bit, right? Coach comes out very concerned that Stefon Diggs is not here at mandatory minicamp. The agent comes out. He's there. He did his physical. He's in Buffalo. Quarterback comes out. I need to do better in the situation. I thought our relationship is good, but I need to do better. What? And then the next day comes out. He's at practice. He's there. He's participating. All is good. And then bam, the last day of mandatory minicamp is canceled. Now that could be a coincidence. Buffalo has done this before. That can mean nothing or that can mean everything. Why am I talking about this? Because there's always a link to the Dallas Cowboys. Always, no matter what, right? Because they are the Dallas Cowboys. And a wide receiver link does make some sense, right? I did a video on DeAndre Hopkins, who is still a free agent. He visited the Titans. He visited the Patriots. Still does not have a deal. Could he land with the Cowboys on a low-end deal possibly later in the offseason? Maybe. But the wide receiver room is something that Cowboys fans, Cowboys media have been going after so much, saying they need to pump more resources in, which they have, right? They made the trade for Brandon Cooks, who I think is going to absolutely ignite this offense. He's looked great in camp, and he's been helping some of the younger players, right? So they've ignited the fuel of that receiver that can stretch the field in Brandon Cooks. They already have a bona fide number one in CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup is now going to be 2 years removed from the ACL, so hopefully he goes back to being the Michael Gallup that we all know. And then there's younger guys, Semi Fehoko, who's always coming off injuries. He shows out in camp and then disappears. And then there's Jalen Tolbert, the rookie last year who kind of basically had a redshirt year, didn't do anything besides be offsides in overtime in Lambeau to help the team lose. But there are high hopes still for Jalen Tolbert. Apparently, Cooks has been really working on him. He's having a monster mini camp. But again, we've heard this before with other players, so I will hold my breath. But insert Stefon Diggs. His brother plays for the team, Trevon Diggs, CB1. I think you've heard of him. Led the league, set a record for interceptions 2 years ago. People love him. People hate him. Well, he's on the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to be looking for a new deal very, very soon. There's that connection right there that people automatically link, hey, these two brothers want to play with each other. There was a deleted tweet last week where someone tweeted, get Stefon Diggs to Dallas. Trevon Diggs replied to the tweet, we're working on it. And then almost instantaneously deleted the tweet. But Eyes saw the tweet. So what does that mean? We're working on it. Does that mean now? Does that mean down the line? Who knows? But would Stefon Diggs be a fit? Of course he would, right? If Stefon Diggs is and CeeDee Lamb are your 1-1A, and then you have Michael Gallup, you have Brandon Cooks. I mean, you now have the best receiving core, not only in the NFC East over the Philadelphia Eagles and what they have, but probably the entire NFL. Of course he fits. He's a superstar. He's a bona fide number one receiver. But I don't know if he'd want to come to a team too with CeeDee Lamb, right? He likes to be the guy. And he is the guy right now in Buffalo. So I don't think he would want to share the spotlight with CeeDee Lamb. And I don't want to rain on your parade here, but just like I said with the DeAndre Hopkins video, if you haven't watched that yet, click after this and you can watch that. It's not happening, right? Stefon Diggs is not coming to the Dallas Cowboys. Pause. This offseason. Could it happen down the line? Who knows? We don't know. But right now, I mean, it's too late in the process, I think, for it to happen right now. Who is Buffalo going to replace him with? Are you swapping CeeDee Lamb for Stefon Diggs? No. So what are you going to give in return? Are you going to give Jalen Tolbert and Semi Fehoko? Or are you going to give Michael Gallup? None of those seem like big time offers that a team in Buffalo that is in win now mode, whose window is shrinking, would want to do by giving up a guy like Stefon Diggs. They're not going to cut him. I don't see them trading them unless they get an insane offer. And an insane offer is not something that this Dallas Cowboys front office would give up for Stefon Diggs. So the dream is there. The connections with his brother are there, right? I think he also, the social media 2023 wildness has been there, right? Unfollowed Buffalo, he followed Dallas, he's liking tweets, he's liking Instagram posts. You know, these guys aren't dumb. They know what they're doing. But I just don't see it being a realistic option right now, unless something happens, right? Unless there's an injury, unless your $40 million a year quarterback says, this is what I need, unless you're Mike McCarthy, all of a sudden switches philosophies from run the damn ball to we're going to air it out. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for that factor too. We know what type of offense this team is going to be. It's going to be a run the ball offense, a ground and pound, hold on to the ball, time of possession, keep the defense off the field. So when they are on the field, they are fresh and they can attack, because that's the type of defense Dan Quinn has, an attacking style defense. So you don't want to leave them on the field all game long. You want to grind it out. That's what Mike McCarthy wants. So adding a guy like Stefon Diggs, while it would be fun, while it would be advantageous for the 40 burger offense, I just don't see it happening in this offense when they already have CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, Michael Gallup, and what they think is going to be a very good player in Jalen Tolbert. And then you have Peyton Hendershot, Jake Ferguson, and then you just have the second round pick in Schoonmaker, the tight end from Michigan. You also have Deuce Vaughn now, right? Who can catch passes out of the backfield. You can split him off into the slot. So that's another receiving threat, whether it out of the backfield or the slot. And hey, we all know Tony Pollard can catch the ball a little bit too. Played a little receiver at Memphis in college. So all I'm saying here is I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening in Dallas, and I really don't see it happening anywhere else except for Buffalo. Stefon Diggs will be on the field for the Buffalo Bills week 1 through the entire season. He's not going anywhere this season. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. I don't want to let you down. I hope I'm wrong, right? If I'm wrong, I will come on here and I will do an apology tour, but I just don't see it happening. So until the next dream, until the next shiny toy comes on, I'm Kmess. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you, those of you who subscribe, who listen, and you can listen anywhere podcasts are. Google, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen, that's where Aiden and I have full episodes. And right here on our YouTube channel, that's where you can catch short clips like this about different players, about different situations, about the Cowboys from me, the Eagles with Aiden, as well as following us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok, where you can get all day, every day content that we are pushing out every single day. So remember, tell your friends, tell your family, this podcast, this show, us content creators for Birds vs. Boys. It's not only for Birds fans, it's not for Boys fans, it's for all NFL fans. So Stefon Diggs, sorry guys, he's going to continue to stay a Buffalo Bill.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds vs. Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upset alert. Upset alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there. There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope.
I'm going to drink bleach. That is
the team you promised me you were going to be this year.
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.